دانشگاه USC بازی فوتباله. فرهنگی دارن که قبل از بازی شروع میکنن به مشروب خوردن. الان ما داریم میریم به سمت کمپس دانشگاه و اون محدوده‌ای که گروه های مختلف مشروب میخورن، بازی میکنن، آهنگ پخش میکنن. امیدوارم که بتونیم یه فیلم جالب بگیریم ازش لذت ببرید. وقتی میخوای بیای تو کمپس باید یه فرمی رو پر کنی، این که بگم مثلا واکسن زدن، نمیدونم عوارضی نداشتن چند 10 روز اخیر، از این حرفا. بچه‌های دانشجو متعصب با خانواده هاشون همه تیشرت های این دانشگاه رو پوشیدن. این الان باربیکیو دارن درست میکنن. به همبرگر گذاشتن اینجا. That's cool. قرمز و زرد رنگ این دانشگاه، پس رنگ مارکتینگشون. مثلا یه تابلو درست کردن اینجا، بنر قرمز و زرد، تیشرتاشون کلاه قرمز و زرد، سطل آشغالشون هم همین رنگ، همه چی هماهنگه. خب الان اینجا USC ویلیج بهش میگن که اینجا فروشگاه، کافی شاپ، بانک، پارکینگ، همه چی اینجا هست. ایرانی بودن. نوشیدنی سبوکمونه گرفتیم، یه چیزایی میوه‌ایه، حالت آب گاز داره ولی الکلی، 5% الکل داره. و الان میخوایم یه شیشه مشروب هم بگیریم، دنبال یه چیزیم که کوچیک باشه. شیشه ها اینجا خیلی بزرگه. مثلا این یه مشروب آلمانیه، بهش میگن یگا مایسن.
$13, $14.
Yeah. Is it rum?
Yeah, but it's like coconut. It's actually really easy to
drink. Okay, yeah, that's good. این الان قسمت آبجوهاشونه و آبای گاز داره. شما این وایت کلا خیلی معروفه. این همه آبای گاز داره با طعمای مختلف و خیلی معروف شده به خاطر اینکه کالریش نسبت به آبجو خیلی کمتره. هر قوطیش 100 کالری داره.
Meet at least 2-3 people today, new people, you know.
Hi, I'm Chloe. Edward. Nice to meet you. This is Nami.
Hi, nice to meet you. This is Sebastian.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Say hi.
He has a YouTube channel.
Where are you from?
I'm Iranian.
Iranian? Okay,
Yeah,
I have a lot of Persian friends.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Everyone already wrong.
Yeah, we need to get down.
آقا اینجا هر کی بیشتر بتونه آبجو بخوره، چون دم روان خیلی سخت آبجو خوردم.
Dude, I haven't done. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
No, he has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. He shows American culture. I'm eating next in the grotto in my audience.
This is actually more accurate than most things because you're like, if you go to America, you're gonna to just find a bunch of Mexicans.
Like in LA or Southern California, especially.
Literally. Yeah, I studied abroad in Spain, in Madrid for a while, and I see the differences heavily. Yeah.
What's like? What do you?
I mean, I feel like if you're an international student coming to a school, most senior, junior, senior level courses is already a clique. Like you can't really get into a new friend group that way. If you're a freshman or sophomore, it's different. They're very welcoming because they're still trying to figure their cliques out. But once they have like their cliques, that's the clique that they go to school with. That's the clique they go on the metro with. That's the clique they go to the bars with. In Madrid. In Madrid, they do not accept outsiders for the most part if you're older. So if I went as a senior, I only made one Spanish friend. Only one girl was willing to like show me around and take me places and things like that. Everyone else was like, shoo.
That's what he says about the U.S. though.
Really?
Yeah.
So what about US, like in your perspective? Like,
I feel like, well, the system itself is built to create like communities right away. So if you're part of a different community, like your housing unit or like your freshman class, then you're not gonna really be accepted outside of that community. So they build it to be that way, like insular. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like everyone's class, like if you entered in 2016, for my example, you're like siloed into that group. So you really know everybody in your class, but you don't know anybody else outside of your class really, unless you have a fraternity or sorority or something like that to connect you to older people,
right,
or to outside of your major, things like that.
Spain is even like worse than America in that sense.
It's
like
individualism, yeah. There's no such thing as like communally minded stuff. That's just getting ramped up here, but I studied higher education.
Okay.
Yeah. So I literally work with college students and like the structure of colleges. Like that's what I do.
Interesting.
So
I wish I would have been able to study.
it's so nice. It's so fun. It's honestly like, it's weird. It's like extra responsibilities to not like get lost or die. And then there's like the other side where you're like, I'm nowhere near my freaking parents.
Right, yeah.
I can go crazy and they won't know. I got a tattoo in Spain actually. Right.
ooh.
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah.
Salt tequila life.
You knew Spanish, like going to school.
Oh yeah. I'm Chicana Mexican, so like I grew up speaking Spanish. I'm fluent in Spanish.
It's so interesting that even like knowing the language and being in Spain, like you still found
Stuck
it hard
out.
to like
Yeah.
meet people.
They had a hard time believing me when I said I was American. They're like, you're not American. I'm like, I'm literally telling you I'm American. Like, look at my passport. They're like, no, where are you from? And I'm like, excuse me? And they're like, well, I'm like, I'm brown. That's the problem, right? I'm brown. You think like all Americans look like that? Like, and they're like, okay, well, where's your...
All American like you?
Yes,
No.
they think all Americans need to look like you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then basically the reason I got the tattoo is because among my Spanish classmates, they're like, oh, the Mexican, me in the class, like the Mexican. I'm like, even though I'm 100% American, like I never lived anywhere else, they're like the Mexicans in the room or whatever. And then when we would go out to drink or I see them in the club or something, they'd be like, oh, the Mexican needs a tequila shot. She needs a tequila shot. And so that was like my thing. I needed a tequila in my hand or else I wasn't like representing my people. And then
I really wanted to go study abroad in Spain because like Spanish is the only other language that I sort of know.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know, after hearing what you had to say, it sounds like really difficult.
It's kind of, yeah. Unless you're really, really carefree and you're not affected by a lot of things. Like I had a roommate that was just like a little like Daisy, like she just went with the flow even when people were insulting her. Like she was just like, okay. If you're like really carefree, you're gonna be fine too.
Beso a Mati.
Cheers.
Salud.
Persian.
Persian, oh.
Yeah. Desde Pesalamati.
Pa arriba, pa abajo, pa el centro, pa adentro.
What does it mean?
It means up, down, center, in.
That's really good. I like it.
And you're wearing boots and a hat.
Ah, okay.
There you go. That's it right there. That's it right there. Oh yeah, you got it. You got it.
همینجور که میبینید اینجا هر کی غذایی آورده، مثلا اینجا نمیدونم پیتزا آورده، که قابلمه‌اش آورده، چیپس آوردن، پفک آوردن. اینایی که میبینید اسفانی هم نیستن. خب هر کی یه چیزی آورده همه با هم دیگه شیر میکنن، همه با هم دیگه قسمت میکنن، بخورن، حال کنن. خب الان بریم یه دوری بزنیم ببینیم چی کار میکنن بقیه. الان داریم میریم یه هات داگ میتونه بگیره و یه بخوریم. یه بازیه با توپ پینگ پونگ، بعد بزنی بندازی تو اون لیوانا، هر باری که نندازی بعد یه قلوب مشروب بخوری. اگه 2 بار پشت سر هم بندازی یه جایزه میگیری، اگه 3 بار پشت سر هم بندازی که دیگه قوقاه. 2-3 تا لیوانا ازش فهمیدن، هر کی زودتر لیوانای طرف مقابلش تموم کرد اون برنده. یه قانونایی هم وسطش داره که حالا وقت برنامه اجازه نمیده که من همه قانونایی وسطش رو توضیح بدم. Oh, they give just one? You cannot get 2? I'm sure you can get 2.
Really? Do you want me to go swipe in again?
Yeah. همبرگر دانشگاهی USC. بعد میخوام تخمیه. بهش میگم نگات میکنن 2 تا ورداری، میگه نه. اوه ها، یه دونه ورداشت کلک اومد گذاشت رو میز، رفت بره یه دونه دیگه ورداره بیاره. آفرین، کار درستی کرد. 54,000 دلار ازش میگیرن بابا. 6 تا همبرگر بخوری که چیزی به جایی نمیرسه که. داره میاد 2 تا آورده. باریکلا، افتخار بهش میکنم. لعنتی ها. 4 تا برگر گرفتیم. من میخوام یکیشو بریم بدیم به بی خانمانا. بی خانمانا کنار خیابون میخوام انا. 3 تا دیگه شو خوردی. روی حواظ برگر.
Kind of gross.
At least it was vegetarian.
Yeah. And free.
And free.
You can literally get free booze here, definitely. You
Like
can
you
make
just-
friends very easily. They're all freshmen, pretty much.
You wanna try it? Experiment? Yeah. 2 shots.
Do you like tequila?
Yeah.
Good answer.
Amazing. Thank you.
That's my good sir. I'm on the GoPro. Hey, but I gotta take the shot with you guys. David, nice to meet you. We're taking the shot.
Cheers. همه مستن، خر تو خره، کلی الکل خریدن، همه رو میزا گذاشتن. اگه 6 تا دیگه پیک مفتی هم میگرفتیم هیچکی به هیچکی نبود. Did they give us free shot?
Do you want to go get a
Yeah, let's go get this shit.
Kids, she goes. Empty it out so we don't let it carry it back.
اینا هم چیزه مال کتابخونه است. کلاه و تیشرت و سویشرت و همه چیزای با مارک دانشگاه رو اینجا میفروشن. اگه یه بچه از توی خانواده یه دانشگاه رو بره، همه اعضای خانواده میرن لباسای اون دانشگاه رو میخرن. مثلا یه جور افتخاره. اینجا نگاه کنید، همه لباسای دانشگاه رو پوشیدن. مثلا الان اینجا نگاه کنید، پدر مادر این کله کچه که دانشجو نیست اینجا که بله این مامانه اینجا لباس دانشگاه رو پوشیده چون دختراش میرن دانشگاه. یه فرهنگی که جا انداختن، کلی هم دانشگاه از این طریق پول در میارن. یه ساعت دیگه بازی شروع میشه و حالا هر کی که میخواد بره بازی رو نگاه کنه و بلیط داره میره به سمت ورزشگاه که تقریبا یه 5 دقیقه 10 دقیقه پیاده راه. It is basura. Sat.
Oh, in Spanish it's basura.
And in English?
Trash.
And in Farsi?
Sasle.
Sat.